Well, it's time for sports news, and let's go over to our sports studios where Ayotunde Balogun is standing by.
Many thanks, Harriet. We're starting off with some football news where Warri Wolves have crashed out of the CAF Champions League after failing to overturn a first-leg deficit against El Merreikh of Sudan. Peter Niketen's lads eventually lost the tie 2-0 on goals aggregate. Now, despite losing 2-1 in the second leg to Vitalo of Burundi, Enyimba have progressed to the next round of the competition 6-3 on aggregate. The Elephants of Aba are one step away from making it to the money-spinning group phase. However, it must defeat any opponent it faces in the final qualifying rounds. Nasarawa United also tasted the bitter pill of defeat in the CAF Confederation Cup after losing 4-1 to Algeria's CS Constantine. With this result, the solid miners have been shown the exit door as the tie ended 4-2 on aggregate in favour of their Algerian opponents. The Super Eagles coaching crew led by coach Samson Siasia has expressed delight with Alex Iwobi's game-winning performance for his club Arsenal against Everton in the English Premier League. Coach Siasia hopes that the youngster will translate his superb form for his club to the Super Eagles when the team lock horns with the Pharaohs of Egypt in the African Nations Cup qualifier in Kaduna. Yaya Toure has ended his self-enforced international break and will play for Côte d'Ivoire in this month's AFCON qualifiers against Sudan. Toure's last competitive international was the Nations Cup final in February of 2015. Bournemouth midfielder Max Gradel, Newcastle's Seydou Doumbia, Sunderland's Lamine Kone and Man City's Wilfried Bony are also included. China-based Gervinho is also in the strong 24-man squad, as is Hertha Berlin striker Salomon Kalou. And that's a wrap on sports news. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. The news at 10 continues shortly.
It's been a very busy day on the international scene, especially in Europe. At least 62 people have died in a Russian plane crash. 4 people were killed in a suicide bombing in Istanbul. And Paris attack suspect Salah Abdeslam has been formally charged, but is said to be resisting extradition to France. Temitope Fagbemi tells us more.
Riot police rushed to the scene of a suicide bombing in Istanbul, where at least 4 people were killed and 20 others wounded. The explosion was in Istiklal Street, a wide boulevard closed to traffic that is lined with international stores and shopping centers. Meanwhile, relatives of those killed in a plane crash in southern Russia mourn their loved ones at the Rostov-on-Don airport. All 62 people aboard the passenger jet flying from Dubai to southern Russia were killed. Still in Europe, Parisians react to the arrest of 26-year-old Salah Abdeslam, Europe's most wanted man and one of the last remaining suspects in November's Islamic State attacks on Paris.
It's clearly a relief, because when we see the horrible things that took place here in our city, it's really a relief. I can't wait for Belgium to transfer and return him to France.
Abdeslam, the first suspected active participant taken alive, was captured after a shootout in Brussels on Friday afternoon during a raid on an apartment in the neighborhood of Molenbeek. Meanwhile, Amnesty International has accused European leaders of hypocrisy after they reached a deal to return migrants to Turkey. The leading human rights charity says the deal fails to hide the EU's dogged determination to turn its back on a global refugee crisis. But the EU leadership thinks otherwise.
Turkey has received 2.7 million refugees without any significant assistance from anywhere. And today also I want to re-emphasize that Turkey will continue her policy to have this attitude of humanitarian perspective.
Finally, tomorrow, March 20, is Africa's Super Sunday, with elections holding in 5 countries across the continent: Senegal, Congo-Brazzaville, Benin Republic, Niger, and Zanzibar. In Niger, drama surrounds the second round of the presidential election. An opposition candidate has been accused of baby trafficking. Hama Hamadu denies the charges, which he says are politically motivated. He is currently in France for medical treatment. Temi Tokwe Fagbemi, reporting for Channels Television News.
And the main news again. After flashes of violence in some areas of Rivers State, the Independent National Electoral Commission has suspended elections in 6 local government areas of the state over voting irregularities. Channels Television correspondents report that collation, however, is ongoing in some local government areas that were not marred by irregularities. And a suicide bomb attack at a busy shopping area in the Turkish city of Istanbul has left 4 people dead. That's it on News Tonight. Many thanks for staying with us. I'm Harriet Agbinyi. Have a great night.